all just go to plan. They're framed and fixed and rigged. You know they're all just spam. So buckle down, plug right in. It crawls its way under your skin. Just got bound in the things they spout. And you should give me that good news.
Because I'm tired of the
same old shit.
Good morning, everybody. It's Friday. Welcome to the ground with Giles Jones. I'm Giles Jones. And it's a cold one this morning, huh?
Oh, it is.
Father Winter decided to come check us out.
Well,
really pay us a visit.
up north here, not where Don's at, of course, but, you know, that is what it is.
It's cold as hell in Texas at night. They get the cold.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know, it's not as hot all the time like everyone thinks. I mean, way more here
Right.
than here. But
Right. Hey, if you're used to following us on Facebook, don't today.
don't today.
Because for whatever reason, our technology and Facebook aren't wanting to talk. We are out there on Uncle Pete's, which is great. Shayna, good morning. But again, y'all can jump on with us right there if you put that URL into your URL area. This is exactly what we want you to do. Come in, be part of the show, have a cup of coffee with us this morning on this great show, where we talk anything from peanut butter to politics, but no politics. No politics.
We can brush against the edges a little bit, but we
Right.
don't like to dive in deep because you know where that gets us.
That's right. Of course, this morning's show brought to you through the financial support of
Reese's Bakery and Patique, 1313 Riverside Drive in McHenry.
Yeah.
Your pet's favorite stop to shop.
Yeah. Hey,
You
if
know?
you eat well, your fur babies should too. And that's a good place to go to get that.
Yeah, absolutely. And the fur babies are welcome.
Always,
At all
always
times. If you got a
welcome.
cat that walks on a leash, bring it in.
Yeah. So
We'd love to see that.
Don down there in the Grapevine, I heard it through Grapevine, Texas, only high of about 46 today.
Yeah,
That serves you right. That serves
See?
you right.
Yeah.
Good morning, Jen. Glad to have you with us. Listen, a lot going on in the world. And
That's an understatement. and a half, right?
I don't know how to say this to everybody out there. I took all of my investment and put it into cryptocurrency because I didn't understand it. I put it in FXT. And, well, FXT, of course, you know what happened with FXT. A little bit of, well, if you watch Ozarks, you would understand that there was some.
Was it a shell company?
Well, the interesting thing is the founder and owner of FXT had his girlfriend running a hedge fund for this, but then they became a mega donor for a particular political party who then sent a lot of money over to a country that's at war that then returned money to.
Sounds political here.
I don't know. Anyway, if you were an FXT person, well,
So this is a company I
welcome
think
to the modern day Enron. And why hasn't this person been put into prison or stepped on or
So a lot of people lost a lot of
FTX,
money.
whatever? Yeah, thanks, Don, for correct FTX. I don't know what it is. Anywho, a lot of ugliness going on, but that person's could be sitting right on our show with no. Anybody else who would not be a mega donor to a particular,
Charity.
Yeah.
Fund.
What's Don say? Rumor of it being a CIA psyop.
That'd probably be an operation, psychological operation.
Could be.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't pay attention to that.
It's
Look at
amazing.
that. You can read it now.
Yeah, a lot of goofy stuff going on. Yeah, so crazy. Rumor of it being, of course, we're going to try to spin it to hide. It's like a little black book that's out there for flight.
That nobody's going to give you out.
Remains
hidden, remains
Yeah.
private.
Yeah. Anyone familiar with how to extradite someone from the Bahamas? Question mark.
You don't need it.
Yeah, the donation on the way out was classic, of course. Yes. And so I'm just saying that there's a lot of issues out there that, well, the old Steven Seagal movie Above the Law comes to mind.
Yeah.
You know, when you're a mega donor, it's like a mega pint for Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
When you're a mega donor.
Mega donor.
Donor, yes, I gave a large donation.
So
you drink a mega pint. Well, mega pint. I had a large glass of wine.
Yeah, large glass. Yeah, it's a little bigger than everyone else.
Is this a mega?
That's a mega.
Is that a mega cup of coffee? 20 ounces.
Yeah, that'll get you rolling, keep you going.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit different than everyone else, right?
Yeah,
right.
There's just so much craziness going on. Here's another thing, and this is just this is not politics, but this is absolutely America. So the topic here is America. You remember when we were kids?
Some days, yeah.
And when we were kids, and it was November 8th, you know, so it was election, right? We knew back in the 70s and 80s, we knew who the winner was basically before we went to bed, like by the 10 o'clock news. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. 100%.
Yeah. And if not, you knew it the very next morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, which was few and far between.
That's right.
To the next day.
Right.
Right.
But now it takes, 2.5, 3 weeks to figure out who a winner is? No, I'm not saying anything. I'm just,
it takes a lot longer. There's a lot more people, computers slow things up.
Well,
right?
Or is it, well, let's see where we're at.
Right. And see what we need to fudge.
Yeah. See how many we need.
I don't know. I mean, that's a good question to ask and also a shitty question to ask, because do you really want to dive into that? I mean, it's one of those things. Are you better left unknowing or just not really knowing? Because I mean, we really know what's happening, but how do you prove it? How do you get access?
What is happening, Scott?
Well, I'm not quite sure what's happening. You were inferring.
You said we know what's happening. I'm just saying that as back
it definitely is interesting that something that should be so much easier and so much more easy to track these
people
days
could count faster, I guess, or something of that nature. But we had the ability to know who the winner of a said election was by that night. If not, it was the next morning.
So you're saying what you're saying is our system is inadequate.
What's changed in it? I guess I don't know.
Control, opportunity,
and if if American Idol can get over 3 million votes in a commercial break, I mean,
they counted them.
Yeah.
And they got them right.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, Kent. I'm just trying to pick up what you're trying to say.
All I'm saying is,
it feels like you're
I think there's interesting things that happen, and why 30 years ago, 40 years ago, could we know the results of an election within the day, within a 24-hour period? And here, it takes us weeks now.
It's a good question.
And we got cars that drive themselves. We've got hot pockets. We've got, I'm just laying it out there. That's all I want to do is just lay it out there. It's just something to talk about. I just found interesting over this past week or two.
If you're just finding
10 days.
I was gonna say you're just finding it interesting now. This isn't anything new, my friend.
I'm just saying.
This isn't anything new.
I'm just saying,
I mean, what would be your general take? I mean, you got an idea of what you're thinking is going and why it's happening.
No, how many do we need to get to where we need to get to make to keep
final call
to keep people mad at each other?
Doesn't take much.
Yeah, there you go.
Not taking much
That's
at
all.
all.
That's all I'm saying.
It's the old stir the pot thing. I mean, the thing that you've been talking about for the longest time.
That's all I'm saying.
How do you boil a frog, right? Start them in cold water.
Just
slowly but surely
turn the heat up.
Things up, right?
Turn the heat up.
Right.
That's it.
If you're not realizing the heat's turning up, you don't say much. You just continue to go on because it's just another morning.
Yeah. Here in the northern Midwest area, northern Illinois. Here's the other thing that I want to choke people. I just I kind of feel like Uncle Pete with his buckets of I got no more fucks to give.
No more fucks to give,
right?
Really?
And my bucket's empty. And that's I'm a little riled up this morning because of it. But here in northern Illinois, we've got snow on the ground.
We do have a little bit of snow, yeah.
And sure enough, on Tuesday morning, it was flurries. There was some snow on Tuesday morning, and I'm in I'm in a referral group there, business referral group, and somebody as soon as sit down, oh, isn't this so beautiful? And I'm like, you're fucking stupid. And I look at him and I go, and here's why. Because in the end of January, you're going to be like, God, I hate the snow. This is so stupid. And there's nothing different now than there is at the end of January. But you sit here and go,
there is.
Isn't this so beautiful?
It's totally different. It's the beginning of the season. You're not worn out. You're not tired of it.
No.
So it is beautiful at the beginning of
It
the
is
time.
not.
But after a while, it does wear on you.
No.
Especially when it gets below zero, and it gets in the
the cold. The cold doesn't bother me. I mean, it does bother me because I've had frostbite on my fingertips, so my hands burn.
That's come with par for the course for swinging a hammer back when you're younger.
Yeah,
that's what
Shayna says she's stupid too because she probably says, "Isn't this good?" No, it's not. Listen, if it's beautiful now, it's beautiful.
It's still beautiful. It's just they're tired.
This is the puppy stage of the season. Oh, look, it's so cute! Oh my God, that's a huge dog you have there. Oh yeah, but it was so cute.
It was cute when we first got it. Hey, it's all a perception thing.
Yeah,
right? I mean, and that's the thing is, today the perception for them is, oh my God, this is awesome. I love it. Change of season. It's white. It's clean. Right?
Darn. It does make sense to fully explain why someone is stupid, as it is not easy to help them understand they are stupid.
Stupid is as stupid does, right? I mean, how do you explain to somebody that's stupid that they're stupid? Yeah, they're not really going to understand it. I don't think. I mean, give me a synopsis there. Don, where something like that would. I mean, how do you tell a stupid person they're stupid?
You do that just like that.
Hey, you're stupid.
You're stupid.
Oh, well, what constitutes stupid? I don't know. I just think you're stupid.
You're stupid.
You're stupider than me, right? I mean,
well, then that stupid goes, oh, let's take an IQ test. All right, so you're smart, stupid.
So somebody's got you riled up this week because they love beautiful snow. Aren't you just letting the world get underneath your fingernails on that one, boy?
No. First of all, it's not. Here's where it's beautiful in the mountains, out in the wilderness. That's where it's beautiful. It is not beautiful in the city. It's ugly. It's gray. It's black. It's salt-ridden. There's nothing beautiful about it when you're in the city.
It definitely doesn't have that same je ne sais quoi, as it does being in the mountains.
Right. Now you go to the mountains and you got fresh powder.
Right.
And blue sky
and fresh powder.
Blue sky and sunshine, and you're hitting that. I mean, and it's glistening. That's beautiful.
That's God's country.
That's beautiful, right? It's not beautiful when it's here. Oh yeah, hey, it's gorgeous. How many idiots still live in the Midwest who don't know to slow down when it's a first snow? You know how many accidents there's been? It's so dumb.
People still.
It's
one of those things.
How dumb are you? It's ice-covered roads.
We got snow on the ground. Well, I can drive just like I was driving in the middle of summer.
Right, idiots.
You know what? That happens every year. That's the best time of the year, I think, to be in it's beautiful. That's the best time of the year to be in the auto body industry. That first snowstorm.
That in deer season.
I can still stop.
Yeah. All right.
It's no problem.
Bam.
That just shows the mental status of a lot of individuals.
Oh, it's just gorgeous.
That's the reason the way we are right now.
It's just gorgeous.
Right. Yeah.
Well, now I got to rent a car. What?
Good for the economy. You got to rent a car. The body shops get all things taken care of, right?
Yes. Shanna says, your world, your decision, but it's here for a while. So choose a coping mechanism. No, I don't not like snow, right? I love being outside. I love the outdoors, right?
Yeah, you do.
And the only time I don't like the cold or the snow is if I'm in a suit and I'm like going from my car to a building or something, because there's not a lot of warmth there.
Wearing your nice business shoes,
right?
And slip around and stuff.
But I'll go and I'll shovel and snow blow the entire neighborhood. I'll spend time out there. I love being outside.
Yeah.
Right? So truthfully, the snow, it doesn't bother me, right? But I'm just saying, here in the city, there's nothing beautiful about it. Nothing.
Yeah, I mean, as far as a landscape beauty, but at your house, it's beautiful. Being, looking downtown, it does change things a little bit. The one thing I like about snow is how quiet it makes things. You know, you can go out at night after you've had a nice fresh blanket of snow. I mean, for me, you're talking about these people being crazy. It's a perception thing. And I think anything in life comes down to a perception, right, of how you're perceiving it. It is beautiful to that person today. For whatever reason, they're finding beauty in it. You know, are they going to hate it by January? Maybe, maybe not. You don't know. But it's how they're perceiving it, just like anything else in life. Your perception becomes reality. So they're making it beautiful to themselves. It's going to help them maybe get through a rough day, right? I mean, you have to take things how they come, and if you don't, well, that's your choice. So if
that's just out of curiosity, are people's comments showing up on the screen? I don't
know.
It doesn't look like.
It's nice to know that they're so big though that we can actually read them.
Doesn't look like it.
Doesn't.
Yeah.
You got somebody coming in and saying that.
I don't know.
Giving away people's names and comments.
Yeah, I know. I don't know.
Right.
We were playing around with some stuff,
Right.
so I don't. There's 2 comments there. Oh yes. Okay. Well, good. Thanks, Don. I don't see it on ours, so
I like the fact
everything's
Don
goofy
says
here.
Don's coping with the snow. Moved to Dallas.
Yeah, and that's a good one, Don. Many are following you
running
too.
away from your problem.
Big influx to Texas. Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Don. Yeah. No, it's good.
All right.
We were playing around. I guess
Is
our
it
friends.
not up on Facebook? So we're not up on Facebook.
Well, we're on Uncle Pete's Facebook.
Oh, okay.
We're on
Well,
Uncle Pete in the Mornings Facebook.
No, I hadn't seen Bob or Sally check in yet today, so that might be a problem.
Yeah. So
That's
we're out on YouTube. Well, we tried to fix it, and we ran out of time.
We tried.
So something's going on that we're not really aware of. But we
So
tried.
why did that get underneath your skin, though? I mean,
what's that?
The whole snow thing. I mean, it seemed like it really irked you. Was it the person that said it?
No. So I'm the same guy who thinks, oh, is it our Facebook or is it Uncle Pete's Facebook, Shayna? Because I see Uncle Pete's up there, but if we're on our Facebook, then that's even cooler.
I hope it's working.
Yeah, I don't know. That's cool.
You know, my whole millions of, one listener that wants to hear me.
So I'm the guy. I have been married for 30 years and I've done 0 on Valentine's Day. I hate Hallmark cards. I
got to do Valentine's Day because I met my wife at a Valentine's Day party. That's what started this whole Giles saga off. Was a the night before Valentine's Day, February 13th.
Yeah, so do you do Sweetest Day and
I don't do all that shit.
Wipe Your Butt Day and all this other stuff?
You know, I do.
Right?
I
Never.
do birthday, and I'm not even huge on Christmas anymore.
Listen.
Buying me shit.
Listen, and we can talk about Christmas as well. I am not a Christmas guy.
I'm not a big Christmas guy, and the whole theme behind it.
Yeah.
I'm a Christmas guy because of.
Thanks.
You know. Family gathering, getting together, you know, trying to share some good cheer type of thing, you know, the rah-rah. I'm not about the presents. For years it's kind of irritated me that it's become a consumer holiday, right? It was originally intended to
the problem
the problem is the birth of Christ.
The problem is you don't know how to receive a gift. And here's what I mean. Out of the goodness of my heart, if I gave you a gift, whether it's in the middle of July, whether it's at Christmas time, you don't just go, "Oh my God, thank you so much. You were thinking about me. I absolutely love it." You go like this. "Oh, no. You shouldn't. No. And then, and when it becomes Christmas, I go, "Hey, Scott, just out of the goodness of my heart, I bought you this brand new truck." And you're like, "Oh my God, I've got to get something for him now because I didn't get anything." So we don't know how to receive gifts, right? We just don't.
Right.
Instead of just being grateful and going, "Oh my God, thanks so
behind this.
Wow, thank you."
Yeah.
Right.
The obligation to reciprocate.
Right. Yeah. So and that's what Christmas has become is now
obligation to reciprocate, right? Get them something that they need.
Why does Santa Claus deliver better gifts to your house than he did to mine? Why did you get the Xbox and the cool bike and I got a book?
Santa shops uptown for us, right?
You understand what I'm saying?
That whole explanation thing, you know, I never really had that big explanation as far as what the kids were, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
I'm just saying that and you show me go to Disney World. the happiest place on earth. More miserable people to go. You go spend a week there. There are so many miserable people, tired, grouchy, yelling at each other, fighting. And I'm like, this is the happiest place on earth. Christmas is the same way. Well, I am irritated. I am tired. I am stressed out. I am spending money that I don't want to spend.
I don't want to talk to, right?
And so what do? I take it out on little Bobby over here, who's a part-time cashier at Kohl's. Come on,
you give me my 10% off for Christmas, right?
And so my daughter, Lucy, she's 13. And she's, let's decorate for Christmas. She's playing Christmas music already. It's, Dad, why don't you like Christmas? I said, it's not that I don't like Christmas. I don't like what Christmas does.
The premise, right?
I don't like what Christmas does. And she's in the back seat and she's like, hey, this week, let's do this, Mom. Let's get all this stuff out. And Alice is like, no. And I go, isn't Christmas great? Listen to the love listen to that this is what Christmas is.
But if Lucy really wants to do that, why not? This is that's important to her right now. I mean, it's not if she does
because it's not Lucy who's gonna do it.
Isn't it gonna create a good memory for her? I mean, isn't that what life is about with your kids, creating memories? And
oh my God, tell me about Christmas 1978.
I got the Stretch Armstrong and the Evel Knievel stunt cycle. Okay.
Well, it wasn't 1978, but yeah.
How do you know it wasn't 1978? I bet you because the fact that I pulled that up so quick is actually probably the year that I got it. Because my brain
because Stretch Armstrong came out in 81.
Can somebody Google that for us, please? But yeah, so I get it, right? So and the
Evel Knievel stunt cycle did not come out the same year.
It's not even remembering every specific Christmas for me. Like some of my fondest memories as a kid was like going to Grandma and Grandpa's house and having gifts. Or like Santa knew that we left and drove to Grandma and Grandpa's house and dropped his gifts, right? Yeah. But it was just the fact, the meaning of being together, of sharing time, and the gifts have become just overwhelming. Really, Christmas should be a time of sharing family and sharing love and sharing stories, not sharing money, right? I mean, I love you so much. Here's 20 gifts, kid, and they sit there and open all day long.
And then they're upset.
And they didn't get exactly what they wanted, right?
I got this one over.
Right. And you know what causes that is expectations, right? Which
that's what I mean. We don't know how to receive a gift.
Right. If you have too many expectations, you're going to be disappointed.
Nothing better than having your grandparent give your parent give your kid a gift, and they open it up excited and go, oh thanks.
Right. So but like also Christmas for me is snow, right? Like Christmas time. Snow,
unless you live in Dallas.
Well, I love the snow, just like I love the outdoors, right? I mean, Shayna here puts
Armstrong came out in 76. Thanks, Bob.
78, told you.
Thanks, Bob.
Thanks, Pops. Oh, Shayna in here says, what's your best snow story? That's God. I mean, we got so many of them. When my kids were growing up, I used to snow blow all the snow into a huge pile, the whole driveway. I mean, it would take me probably an extra hour or so to do the driveway, so I could blow it all in one direction, make a huge pile. And then after we'd let it sit for about a week or two and get it tamped down, we'd actually dig through it and make just the most crazy snow forts. And then it would come out and you could sled from the snow fort out of the snow fort onto our pond. you know? And that was just those little, that was nothing. That didn't really cost me anything other than my time. And that's, for me, like for Christmas, that's the thing I like. I like handmade gifts. I can go out and buy myself anything, right? Yeah. But handmade gifts.
Okay, look at that.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Stuff like that.
You know where I got that? I got that last night over at the Alexander Lay Autism School.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And they make this and they sell them online. You can go online to elka.com.
See, and that's handmade. That's beautiful.
Yeah, it's cool.
And that goes to a good cause. I mean, show that on camera. Look at that. It's beautiful.
It's a paracord one.
A lot of gifts for you and me, or at least for me, I know, and I would imagine probably for you. A lot of gifts. I love giving gifts. I love helping, and those gifts don't have to be something purchased, right? They could be a gift of help.
Yeah.
It could be like right now for Thanksgiving, right? Like everyone's doing the food donations. The community harvest, giving food. I enjoy doing that, knowing that because I've been blessed enough to have more than.
But you don't enjoy that.
I do enjoy that because I
Let
know
me
it's
tell
helping
you. Let me
people.
tell you. I'm just going to ask you a question.
Here we go. Yeah.
And here's why I say you don't enjoy doing that. Because you're not doing it every week. You wait for this thing. You go, well, all right. There you go.
No, I'll disagree
Right.
with you that, but I
Right?
mean,
Because it's
it's something
they're
that's more
guilting you
standard,
into.
right.
Oh my God, it's low. It's going to be cold. We need food.
Right. So,
But
I get where
if
you're
you were
coming there.
smart, you'd be doing it. Here, I stop by every time I stop by every week. Here's
Right.
something. Here's something. Here's
Right.
that. That's something you love.
Right. It's more of a routine, right? And what this one they're doing right now is, it's a yearly thing, and it's in some ways it's kind of guilting people, going, "Oh, you need to give now to these people." And that's one thing that for me, like the fish food pantry here in McHenry, they need food all year long. Right.
Well, every food pantry does.
Right. Exactly.
That's why it's called a food pantry.
Right. Exactly. But they only push hard generally once a year, which to me doesn't make a ton of sense. That you would think that'd be something you do more and more. But I do enjoy that point. I mean, for years, our kids, we would take them over there and, do the harvest, the community harvest, collect all the food and, distribute it. We actually even did it here for a couple of years in McHenry, and then it shut down. And I want to get that rolling again because I think it's important. But to your point, it is something that we should be doing consistently, not just once a year, twice a year, which I do try. You've called me a people pleaser how many times, right?
Yeah.
Well, and part of that is because I am lucky enough to have what I have, and that I can give back to the people that don't have or have the opportunity that I have at this point, and at some point in their life, they are going to have that. And, it's important to me. And that's where the world has gone awry, is it's just a once a year thing instead of always being, when you're growing up, they talk about it takes a village, right, to raise kids.
Yeah.
It does. It takes a village to raise kids. It takes a village to be a village and to help each other out and to grow and to change and to prosper. It's not just a, one for all and all for one, which is where we're kind of going these days.
Yeah. So Don says giving's a little bit like a holiday shopping. Vast majority of the giving for a year is in the last month of the year. Yeah, that's a lot of tax reasons, things like that.
I was going to say the vast majority of giving usually is in tax season.
Yeah, Shayna says, so what do you like, right? So here's what I love. I love laughter. I love when people are laughing. I love as crazy as it is. Jen knows me very well. She's one of our best and closest friends. I love people watching. I love making fun of people. I do.
High five there, sister.
I do. Yeah. Listen, go sit at the mall. Go do something and just watch people. It's put in 21.6 and listen to some great music, and then it's like then it's like a like a movie, and then it's the soundtrack.
Right.
So the crazy thing is that's what I loved. I love to be alone. I love to work with my hands and do woodworking. I love to help people. I love to creatively think. I love to be able to get up in the morning and go, whew, thank God. Hey, my eyes open, right? Be present. I love being out in nature. That's why I say I love the outside.
We need to go hiking.
I don't love the reason people do things a lot of times. Because they're either guilted into it, forced into it, or whatever. And most people,
it's not a genuine.
Most people give not out of the goodness of their heart. They give because they are right. What I also dislike is, hey, thanks for shopping at we'll just say a big box. We won't call it. We'll just call it Malwart. How's that? Malwart. Hey, thanks. Hey, do you want to give an extra $1 for Jerry's kids?
Right. Yeah, everybody's
right. And then you're like, oh yeah, sure. Meanwhile, they're making millions of dollars. They're donating to Jerry's kids and taking a huge tax. Right. Because look at all this billions of dollars we gathered from people to give to this charity that we can now write off on our taxes.
Right. Which is one.
So if you're going to give to Jerry's kids, give it out of your own. Don't let them do it.
Right. Yeah. Donate it. Yep. You can just write a check.
Right. Oh, hey, listen. We'll just round up. We'll just round that up to the next $1. You okay with that? We'll give that change to Ronald House.
Right. It's a lot easier for people to do that. So, and that's a good point because a lot of people don't. I don't want to say don't want to take the time, but don't take the time or can't take the time to do something. I mean,
Yeah.
you going to sit down and honestly stroke a check to, Jerry's kids?
And listen, Jerry's kids for those younger people out
Well, what
there.
about Terry's kids? I mean, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? Are you
Oh,
going
yeah.
to sit down? Well, so obviously you have to have a charity that you really
No, you-
support and want to go
why?
with, but are you going to take the time? No. So in some ways, this makes it easier for people to do that, right? I mean, are you going to miss 50 cents here and there? No. Is it going
Absolutely.
and the hope is
You
that money's
must
actually, is the hope though, is that money's actually getting to the people that, they're saying it's going to, because how do you know? You really don't know, but I like to help people directly to where I can see it. So you talked about that, right? So like the old quintessential, bum on the side of the street. Hey, you got some money? You got some change for some food? No, but I'll take you, get some food.
Yeah, I'll give you a job.
How many times have you had that person say, no, I just take the money? Be like, well, no, let's just go. We'll go. I'm hungry too. They don't go. Or you get the one that every once in a while be like, great. And I've done that. I've taken people when I lived in the city and got, took them and had some food, Yeah.
Shayna, sounds like something from Christmas Vacation.
I had a flat tire. I had a flat tire on my car, not of my
She
car.
had a tire fly off my car.
Oh, off my
fly
car.
out,
Only narrowly avoided the store front of a sex shop after. Wait, what was that? My place?
After ramping off a snowbank, I had an hour to appreciate the beautiful snowfall, waiting for a tow truck.
Oh my God, was that
Weird
by
night.
chance here, Shayna, in McHenry on my place?
Yeah.
That'd be interesting. I never saw the tire, but good thing you came through it okay. People watching is the best. That's what Jen Krejci says. Yeah, which it is. I mean, we enjoy it too. I mean, when we go on vacation, you sit there and you kind of make some comment. And you know what? It's an interesting thing because why is it so interesting to observe someone else's life instead of your life? Right?
Yeah.
So why? I mean, it's something I've thought about before because I mean, we all deep down inside are concerned or, worry to a certain, probably not the right word, but concerned about what other people think or see in us. And the people that are probably the worst at that, like me, are the ones that actually watch people, are people watchers and judge about other people as they go through.
Well, I don't judge people. I just like to make fun of them.
You're making comments. You're talking about who they are, what they are, right? Why do we do that? Is it an insecurity?
No, I'm very secure with who I am. I just find people funny.
Well, that's true too. There are some pretty crazy fun people. You should be in retail
and
see
stupid.
Some real fun people, some real stupid people, proven by our election.
But here's here we're not good. We're not good gift receivers. We're even worse gift givers. Because if I give you a gift, I hang in there like, huh? Give me a hug. Tell me it was good, right? You ever do this? A random act of kindness, where you pay for somebody's coffee, but then you hang out to see what their reaction is. So many people do that. That's not a random act of kindness. You're trying to jack your own ego. That's it. I made somebody's day. You should have seen how happy they were when I get it. I paid for their coffee. It was great.
Yeah,
they were so overwhelmed.
I actually had a friend bust my balls huge because I do that. A couple times a month that I'll just buy someone's breakfast or whatever, just because. Not to boast my own, person, I guess. I mean, it does make me feel good that I can do that, but I don't do it. But it is a trip to actually, when you pay for someone's breakfast or even just a coffee or whatever, to see the look on their face. And hopefully, for me, I'm doing it for hopefully that ripple effect, right?
Yeah.
Like, so I made you happy as shit because I bought you a 99-cent coffee, right?
Yeah, but you're doing that for you. You're not doing that for me. Your random act of kindness is to try to masturbate your own feelings.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not doing it for me. I'm doing it because it's 99 cents, whatever, right?
Yeah.
I'm doing it because I know how it makes me feel because I've got it done to me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're not good gift givers.
Right. So I do it because I see that person and I'm hoping that that's going to ripple effect down the day. So
and there's your t-shirt for the day. All you're doing is masturbating your own feelings. That's it. You just want to do it yourself.
No.
Hey, look how good I feel.
Has anyone ever bought something for you like that? Have you ever gotten a coffee or anything bought from you in line? Just randomly?
Oh, yeah, I imagine. Yeah.
Right. I mean, how can you not feel good that just even if it's something minute as like a 99-cent coffee, just wow, somebody actually thinks about me or cares to me to give me something as minor as that. And so you don't go home, you don't kick.
I don't get that deep. I'm just like, yeah, that's cool. Sweet. And then I tell people it was awesome. I don't know if it was for me, but I got up there. He's like, hey, it was taken care of. I was like, awesome.
But in a deeper sense, and me, I always like to go deep with things. I don't. It's for me to being stuck on the surface is really tough, and I think America's stuck on the surface, and that's part of the reason I go deeper with that one. That could change that person's entire day, which could change a person's life.
So yeah,
because of how they treat them.
the best people watching is at the airport when flights are delayed. I find strange enjoyment in watching people lose their mind. It's so true. The last time
Don, you're an
the
evil
last time
man.
I was at the Dallas airport. Last time I was
That's
at
the
the Dallas
worst
airport,
feeling.
the plane was coming in from Colorado, the plane that we were going to get on and go, and it was delayed, and people were losing their crap. And again, here's
so you love to see other people's misery.
Here's little Jimmy sitting here blowing up, and somebody who's going to be on the plane is blowing up at little Jimmy, who's just checking tickets. I'm not a mechanic. I don't fly the plane. All I can tell you is it's delayed.
He's their
right?
first line.
There were some issues, and people are blowing up on this guy. And I'm just sitting here watching, and I'm like, okay, so your schedule is so important that you would rather get on a plane that has the possibility of dropping out of the air.
People don't think about that one. They just first off, they just
take your time. Hey, you want to be 6 hours late? That's fine.
Right.
I just want to get back to Chicago.
Right. But people don't think about that right away, right? Because you're totally right. You're 100% right. But it's like you're inconveniencing me.
Yeah.
I need to get where I need to go. But fuck the fact that you could die or other people can die, and you're in such a hurry to get back to what? I mean, granted, I don't mean that in a negative fact, but people are impatient. But it's funny that Don says that he gets
it's crazy.
Enjoyment out of watching people lose their mind. I kind of feel bad for a lot of them.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you don't know what they've been through that week, and this is something, added on. Oh, great. Now I lost that account. Now I got to sit here in this stupid airport for another 5 hours.
Who cares?
I'm take the chance and die. Well, it's people aren't thinking, right?
Not me.
And it's a perception thing. I actually, with my people watching, I like watching people, and you ever watch the movie Date Night with Tina Fey?
I probably.
Okay. You probably saw it. Well, they do that too. They go out and they give us scenarios. My wife and I kind of do that as far as you're looking at a couple and what they're talking about. Oh, what's their backstory type of thing, and always get it wrong, but it is kind of funny. It is kind of funny. I mean, look at you, and be like, oh yeah, he's a basketball coach. Yeah, no. He's a preacher man.
That's it.
We got it.
Scott, I like to pay for someone's meal, but leave before they know it. Want them wondering who bought it for them. That's a random act of kindness.
And that is true. That is true. It's more in a sit down type of restaurant. I mean, I usually just do it through the through the drive-through. Hey, the next person, whatever they're buying, it's on me.
I love Shayna. Yes.
What you say?
Yes. It's so great. She goes, I hard cringe when people introduce their dog as their rescue. Why? I don't know. Listen, because
their dog as their fact that the dog's saving them.
Here's Remy. We rescued her. Shut. It's a dog. Oh, good for you. Good. You got a dog. Listen. You don't go up and go, hi, this is little Scott.
We
adopted him. We rescued him.
Well, so
right?
And the people the people that are probably saying that Shayna,
again, it's you're masturbating your own feelings right there.
In that one right there, I mean, right. So do they feel good about what they're doing?
Right. What do you want me to give you? A Scooby snack? Shut up.
Right. Well,
it's a dog.
We sell Scooby snacks
right.
at Reese's Barkery and Pontique.
Yeah. Jen says I used to do random acts of kindness to first provide someone else with a positive momentum for the day, then for the good karma.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, it definitely gives you good karma. I mean, it makes you, Jen. I mean, have you ever had somebody buy it for you? And if you have, what did it make you feel like? I know it made me feel special over something so simple.
Yeah.
Right. But it actually gave me a better day. And that's all I'm looking for. I'm not looking for recognition that I gave you money.
Don, so true. Actually, the dog rescued me.
We get that. We actually get that a lot from people. But at the same token, the dog actually probably did rescue them.
I don't because, oh my God. It's like saying, hey, how are you? I'm blessed. Shut up.
You, the man of the cloth. I'm blessed. Shut up.
Yeah. It's just
how
are you? I'm blessed.
Well, no, I don't like living the dream. Living the dream, I want to smack somebody.
Right.
But I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I could, go it a little bit differently. But so that really blows my mind coming out of your mind.
Right. Because aren't we all?
Because you're a God. You're a man of God, right?
Right.
You're everything. when you make big decisions, you say, that's what God intended for me, or maybe
Yeah.
that's what God does for me. So if someone says they're blessed, isn't that just kind of, to me, that's saying, that God or their higher being or their higher power is giving them a good thing, right? Like, wow, I got this, or this has put me in a good situation.
Look up the definition of blessing.
Blessing?
Yeah, look up
dressing.
Blessing.
I don't know.
Right.
Here we go. Now I got to look.
Or Bob, if you're out there, I know you're quick with the Google.
He's quick with the Google.
Shayna says, I dealt with those people. And after one guy's tirade, I looked him straight in the eye and said, nobody wants you on that flight more than me. I bet he didn't get the burn until the next day. Customer service sharpens one's sarcasm skills. It does. That is wonderful.
Well, okay, so it says a special. What is the true meaning of a blessing? A special favor, mercy, or benefit. The blessings of a liberty, a favor of a gift bestowed by God, thereby bringing happiness. The invoking of God's favor upon a person.
Yeah.
So I'm blessed means I'm lucky. It's a good thing. I've got.
No, it's like living the dream. What's the dream? Oh, so you're saying God only. So you're saying God only blesses you. That's wonderful. Yeah, you're blessed. Oh my God, that's great.
I'm dreaming.
That's great.
If I'm not dreaming,
yeah, I'm living the dream.
I'm living. That one. When people say that to me, I go, "What is the dream?"
Why? Maybe their dream is their life.
I'm living the nightmare.
See, why do you got to be so negative?
Because that's what they're really trying to say. Life sucks, right? And that's, if you think about it, everyone that says, I look at them and I go, so what you're telling me is things really suck right now, but you just want to try and stay on the positive end of things. How about not just accept where you're at and dig out of that hole, right? So, no, life sucks right now. Taxes are up.
Jen says, Mia, her daughter, says, I bought my cat, and people cringe and say, oh, adopted. And I smile and say, no, she bought it. My brother used to say that about his kids. They adopted 2 kids from India. And he was like, no, we bought them. We went and bought them.
They really did buy them.
Yeah.
It costs a lot of money to adopt kids.
And that you want to talk about people getting turned inside out. Yeah. Thousands of dollars, tens of thousands.
Tens of thousands.
Yeah. Several 50, trips 60, over to India. The whole work. They're great. They're great young men now. But that was my brother's way of just, and we bought them.
So here, with that being said, not switching gears on that, but they go all the way to India to adopt a kid. You know how many kids we got here in America that could use adoption?
7.
I thought it was 10, but we adopt kids from other countries. We send a ton of money to other countries.
It's because it's easier.
Right. I was just going to say, and what's the reasoning behind that?
No, there's still a lot of red tape.
They make it so much hard. They make it so much harder. I mean, God bless anybody that's going out there and is giving their life and taking another life in that wasn't actually born from them. Not that it has to be born, but someone that's going to adopt a kid and raise them and give them the opportunity, at least give them the opportunity for a better life. God bless them.
Shayna, that's my answer for everything. If we're traveling, the kids are like, how much farther, Dad? I go 7. Hey, how many? 7. 7's just my answer.
We just say 2 hours.
7's my answer for everything.
We just always say 2 hours because it's always how much longer? About 2 hours.
Because it doesn't matter. They're dumb questions, and you don't really want to know the answer. You just ask, hey, you know how many kids? No, Scott. How many kids are in America that need to be adopted?
32 million.
You don't know that. You're just making up. You see what I'm saying? But that's what people ask. You know how many?
Yeah.
So I just say 7, and it throws them off. It's like saying herpes in the middle of somebody's sentence when they
herpes.
Yeah, it stops everything and redirects it.
Brain, right.
Yeah.
But
because they don't really want the answer. And if you gave them the exact answer, much like I did with Stretch Armstrong, they're going to prove you wrong anyway.
Yeah, well,
you say anything.
Stretch Armstrong came out in 76, and I said I got it in 78. So I bet you I got it in 78.
I don't think you did.
I think because it probably took 2 years for my parents to save up to buy it for me.
I don't think you did.
I'm gonna have to look, Dad.
I don't think
go back, and my dad's got a steel trap in mine. Can you go back into your archives?
My best flight moment, Don says. Guy in front of me at the gate was being terrible to the agents. I said to him, "Would you stop yelling at people who are just trying to help you out?" He stormed off. Me, first class. Nice work.
Yeah. Nice I bet you felt good about that one.
Yeah.
Although I am actually leery of actually causing any type of.
My best moment,
any type of controversy in the airport, because any attention you pull to yourself, it's just no. I'll take the emergency exit, so if everyone needs to get out of the plane, I can get out first. My
best moment was shortly after 9/11 when TSA started, and we were in line, and you had to take off your shoes, so I started taking off my shirt, and they're like, "What are you doing?" I go, "I just thought it was a strip shirt right here." I didn't.
Did you really?
No, I didn't. I don't. I like to drive. I don't fly too often.
So. See, I don't. I love flying.
Yeah,
I love.
and he
flying.
says that happened before 9/11. So
Yeah.
there you go.
I like. Yeah. I mean, I like flying. I just don't like. I don't like the.
Nothing like
wait.
sitting in a germ tube, breathing everybody's
true.
breath and
Yeah,
same
well,
air.
but
That's me. Anyway,
going to Mexico is a really long drive. We thought about driving it, but I mean, throughout
Hawaii
at the end of
too.
the year. Well, yeah,
Yeah.
you've got a long boat ride. But, I mean, it's worth it depending on where you're going, but it is very stressful. I mean, if you're flying, you got to just eliminate 2 days of your vacation because it's not vacation. That's stressful as fuck.
Flying.
Oh yeah. Of course it is, dude. Yeah. You got to get there. You got to get up. You got to get there. You got to go through security.
You don't sleep well the night before because you're afraid you're going to sleep in and miss your flight.
Yes and no, but I mean, probably for the most part. I mean, I've gotten pretty used to it because we've flown so much. But yeah, you're always worried about something happening, getting there on time, the snow happening, and then you finally get to your destination. It's like, oh fuck, you finally let down. So then like I always tell people when I go on vacation, I really need 2-week vacation because it takes me 4 days to unwind, if you will, right? To forget about life as we know it and try to focus. But your first day on the plane or your last day on the plane, it's just stressed as hell.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And there's no way to change that because it's just, you're getting in your, as you call it, your germ tube.
Oh man, that's just people. Then somebody
sit next to Hans
coughing or sniffling or something, bad breath. They're uncomfortable seats.
Well, that's an understatement. Especially Fly Spirit Airline, dude. It's like sitting on a freaking the old plastic folding chair that you got at grandma's house back in the day, and you sit on that son of a bitch for 2-3 hours.
And then turbulence comes and people freak out with turbulence. And I'm like, I don't know. It's like driving in the snow. This isn't this pilot's first turbulence he's ever felt or she's ever felt.
They're not even flying.
So I'm like, it's fine. And you know what? At that point, you have to get on every plane ride and go, I'm okay if my life ends today. I've lived a good life.
I don't do that. I don't prep myself.
You have to say
that, though.
You have to say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just say I'm blessed and I'm living the dream.
Yeah. As that thing's going down, you're sitting there. You're not saying, you know what? I'm blessed, everybody. This is good. You're like, what the fuck? God damn it! It's happening right now.
You ever been on a plane that dropped quite a few?
Pissing your pants and shitting your drawers. That's what you're doing. Is that what you say blessed is?
Yeah, I'm blessed. No, holy shit. No, but have you ever been on a plane where it actually dropped considerably, like it hit some seriously nasty weather?
So no, I haven't. No.
I've been. It's not eventful. I mean, it's not exciting.
So I'm going to go back to. I'm going to go back to your blessed. Now, my God is a really, really big God, and I don't believe that my God sits there with a joystick like a video game controlling my life, right? I don't believe that happens. That's a really small God to me, and I don't want my God to be that small. And if you're like, hey man, I'm blessed, really? Because you seem stressed, you're anxiety filled, you're overweight, you look like shit. Is that blessed?
I woke up this morning, didn't I? But that's how they'll say it.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's what gets you blessed.
Well, those people that say that though, at least
look at that. Me, Stretch sold for $11. Back then, Bob was making $7,500 a year.
See, I told you he'd know. And did you guys give it to me? Maybe it was 1976, 1978, because I got Stretch Armstrong.
Oh, we all had Stretch Armstrong.
I was one of the happiest.
I had 3 brothers.
Seconds.
I had 3 brothers, and we had
Stretch Armstrong.
We had a Stretch Armstrong.
Well, did you guys break it?
Oh, eventually, yeah.
Yeah, I wish I kept ours. I think we tore it apart.
Too. Well, they're you can still get them.
No, but I meant the original.
Yeah. It's like the Evel Knievel, the stunt cycle.
I wish
that was amazing.
My parents, my dad worked his ass off. We didn't have much, but they gave us nice gifts, and those things today are worth friggin' fortune. Who could ever have thought that, right? A little thing you crank up, and your little guy takes off, does some wheels. Yeah.
Oh
and
my
those
God.
things are worth a ton of cash.
Then you made ramps. You had jump things. We lived on a 100-acre farm, and we had a hay loft, of course, in the barn, and we would clear it out, and we would send him off the hay loft and see if he could land it. Boom.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tried that personally. It didn't work out that
out that well. Yeah. No,
oh, the shit we did as kids is crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that gelatin that was in there, especially back in the 70s.
I'd like to know what that stuff was back then. That stuff probably cancer causing, lead-based nonsense.
Right.
I mean, think about it. You're stretching it out and it's pulling back together.
Yeah.
I mean, it has the pliability there is good. I mean, the plastic. I mean, I'm sure my dad would know what that stuff was done. If you remember if that was a thermoplastic rubber, a TPR, if that was, what was it, a polystyrene, polypropylene, I'd be interested to know what that actually was.
Probably
what
what several,
it was.
It's probably the same stuff that several of the things hanging on the wall in your shop are made out of.
Oh,
Anywho,
that's a good question.
Shayna,
I don't think you can stretch those. Now you got me going there.
Shayna says the blessed comment does hit differently if you see authentic joy in their eyes when they say it. If you see authentic, but then shouldn't you say I'm favored? How do you know that God's actually put a blessing on you?
Because they're still alive.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, it depends on your faith.
That's what I'm saying. How do you know God?
How deep do you go?
How small is your God that God goes, well, today, let me just bless God today. How small is that?
You being a very religious individual, when something bad happens to you, do you curse God? Or do you say it's God, what did I do wrong this week, God?
No, I don't.
When something good happens to you, you thank God?
Well, I thank God a lot, whether it's good or bad. Again, if you ask me what I like to fail because you learn from failing. Well, I like to struggle. I like the scars that I have on my body are lessons learned, right?
Right.
So,
you like to struggle?
Do I thank God? I thank God for a lot of things. I thank God for you. I thank God for this show. I thank God for this platform to reach out millions of people. Right.
I do think that, but do you think God,
listen,
or do you think Kent?
Listen, in about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. 5 days. It's 1 year since Uncle Pete died.
Okay, I thought you were going to say that since you quit drinking, I was going to give you the high
five. That's a hard pill to swallow. He's blessed. I'm blessed because I knew Pete. No, I'm favored. Favored.
So you could look at that two ways. You are blessed for having known him, right? To have him be in your life and to learn the things that you learned from him. Right?
Again, what's the definition of blessed? Blessing.
Blessing means you're fucked.
Right? You understand what I'm saying?
Right. And I hear what you're saying.
No.
But so you were blessed to know him. It does suck that he's gone, but there was a reason. They say that there's a reason people come in and out of your life, right? You have to figure out what that reason is.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know. Why did he come into your life? To get this station rolling?
Oh, there's we could go deep there. I mean,
right.
there's your life scrolls. There are things at some point in some life, somewhere in heaven, you and I were sitting next to each other. Okay, let's meet up when we're in our 50s.
Right.
And hang out. And then let's do a stupid show about nothing. And start everybody's Friday off with a bunch of nuts.
Well, and just we're right, and just getting everybody's heads thinking differently, and that's what we want, right? Is different.
So am I? Is it God's blessing that you're my friend?
I don't know. Is it? I'm asking you. I'm not I was born and raised Catholic and all the way through, but I'm not a.
No, it's not a blessing. You got to work on it. We have deep conversations. We help each other out. We push each other. We challenge each other. We make each other think.
By the way, so that makes me definitely feel blessed.
And that's,
or do I say or am I lucky?
Right, maybe lucky, but it's taken a lot of work to trust each other and laugh and have the relationship that we have.
Right.
If it was blessed, it would have been like, it would have just been like, let me start humping your leg. Right, well, as soon as we met each other.
First time I saw you with you when I first saw you and Coach Papa, and you're like, we're two bald guys, and I look at them, and I looked at sitting next to somebody, and I go, look at these two fucking idiots. I really
now look at these two idiots,
right? No, I laughed because you guys were like totally in sync,
yeah.
But so my people watching, it was at a mixer, and two bald, and you guys were like
bald guys,
and you guys were like on it, and I looked, I forget who I was sitting next to, and I'm like, check these fucking idiots out, like, are they? And I thought you guys were lovers. I kid you not. These guys are, the quintessential gay couple, they're bald guys with a microphone.
Yeah.
What's the, whole idea behind the microphone? Where's that microphone getting shoved? But yeah. So, I'm blessed to have met you, but the first time I saw you, I'm like, who's this guy?
That's everybody says that the first time I see you.
But, and you know what, if they do?
Latex rubber.
Dig a little bit deeper.
Which has a very strong odor.
Okay, yeah, that's okay. That's what they make the surgical gloves out of. And that's how, when I met you two bald guys in a microphone, you guys, I was thinking about latex. I don't know, not for a Stretch Armstrong, but no, I felt blessed, right? I felt lucky to have met you once we really sat down and started chatting, right? Because when you're telling me, someone's going, I understand that you're ordained deacon.
Yeah.
You know, your father is a pastor.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm like very soured on the whole religious
Yeah.
God help me type thing. Going,
You
look at
should
this
be.
fucking idiot. You know what I mean? What is this doing in his life? And then we start talking. I'm going, it's like literally we grew up
Yeah.
the same.
Yeah.
Even though we were in different places and a little bit, but our thought processes and the guys we hung out with, the stupid shit that we did, like we clicked, like going, like I'm
lot of the
thinking
things.
to myself, going, wait, some guy that really likes God and fears him and this, that, and the other did stupid shit like I did, and I thought I just did it because I was trying to fit in.
I did it. I did it because I was direct. I mean, my dad being a pastor, I was right there. I was first in line.
Right. Well, because you had to be the one that was out of the ordinary, right?
Well, you know, I was in. My dad works for the guy.
Right. Yeah, my dad. So I figure you got it. You got it in all the way.
You know, we went to the you know, the heavenly picnics, company picnics. It's good.
I've got a free pass to God. My dad works for him.
Talk about paying it forward.
Yeah, paying it forward. But you know, and
so
blessed.
Here's what I ask, right? Next week, well, I'm not going to be here next week because it's I'm going to be gone. I'm going to be out of town. It's Black Friday. Can we say Black Friday? We'll ask.
White Friday.
Yeah,
Black Friday
matters. We'll ask Phil next week
or
next show. Yeah. Anyway, listen. This is a great time of year. It's also a very sad time of year. It's a very lonely time of year, stressful time of year. All that I'm going to say is, be good to one another. If you are having problems, I'm going to say this again because it's that important. If you're having problems, if you have suicidal thoughts, tendencies, anything of that, you know somebody who does, 988, just dial 988 and somebody's there. You can text, you can talk, you can do whatever. But, you know, we all know that story of the person who was going to jump off the bridge to end their life, and somebody just smiled and said, "Hey, are you okay?" Or bought them a cup of coffee. And the next thing that you know is that it saved their life.
Right?
So in this time, and trust me when I say that, you know, for Pete's family, for close friends of Pete, this week's a tough week because this, you know, 1 year ago. 1 year ago, he said, I'm not feeling good.
Right.
I'm going to go. It was on our show. He texted, said, "Hey, I've got to go in. I think I have COVID."
Yep.
And he went in and by 11 o'clock of this Friday last year, is when.
Wait, it's next Friday today?
Today was the day
today is the day he checked in.
Wednesday is the day.
Wow.
Right. That it was the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. But today was the day where he said, "Hey, I've got COVID." But at 11 o'clock, he texted and said, "You know what? I got COVID." And then Saturday, he was in the ICU. And
I remember that.
And then Wednesday, he was gone. So listen, hug the people close to you. Hug those that aren't even close to you. Just understand that it's a weird time in the world. And if you hate the holidays, love people.
Yeah. I mean,
right?
What Kent's saying is it's really important.
Yeah.
Every day. I mean, regardless of what you get going in your life, you see somebody, anybody. I mean, I told you right before the show started, I just lost another one of my best friends, you know, the other day. They found him dead in his house. And you just never know, guys. I mean, it's nuts, and the stupid shit that we worry about and bitch about and stuff. None of it means anything. What means something is the fact that you're happy and the fact that you're helping yourself, you're helping your family, and you're trying to be a better person.
Yeah.
And, you know, for me, and it's trying to help other people, you know, get through their, you know, I'm going to use the word misery because or they're suffering, because life is about suffering. Unfortunately, you can't get away from it. It's just how we deal with it. So guys, like Kent said, 988, if you know anybody in that issue, you know, be there for somebody, help somebody, understand that we all have issues, understand that we all are afraid to share those issues for fear of probably being judged. So let people know, you know, that you're caring, compassionate, and especially
Bob,
this time of year.
Bob asked a question: did God create man in order, or did man create God to have order?
Yes.
Okay. And here I would love to have this conversation with you. But before we have that conversation, I want you to define God. Before I can I define God and define man, And if you can define God and define man, then I can have an open debate and conversation with you. If you cannot define God, then we can't have a good conversation about that.
Well, it's
right.
Don
says
that's a good thing to say. I mean,
Don says, wishing everyone a great Thanksgiving week. I do appreciate the escape this show provides on a Friday morning. Thanks all. Love, Pete. Yep.
This is your escape, right? And that's what we're kind of doing. We're trying to change your perceptions, right? I mean,
that's it.
Trying to really
pattern interrupt.
And you know what I mean, and that's the great thing about what I love about the show. Like I say, is there's a lot of times that I actually come in here with one mindset, and then we talk about it, and it actually makes me think about things.
I do too. All week.
I know that I look at things differently than a lot of people, and I find that out more and more. Every day that my perception.
So you're blessed to live the dream.
Well, yeah, I'm living the dream, right? But for me, I am blessed because I do look at things completely different than people.
You can't say you're blessed if you don't believe in God.
And some people, I didn't say I didn't believe in God.
I'm just saying.
I'm upset.
I'm just saying.
But he's poking that bear. I love him for that.
We'll talk about it on the way to Galeno.
But it's, something is just changing perception, looking at things from a different manner every day, guys. If you can do that, you could be amazed how quickly this world could change.
Yep.
Right. Not just judging somebody right off the bat because of what you initially see or what they say to you. Think about it differently.
Yeah.
I mean, really, because for many years you said something and I didn't agree with it. I just shut you right the fuck up.
Right.
Nope. I don't even know what you're talking about. Now I can go look.
You're an idiot. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Now I'm going, oh, wow. I wish I would have opened my mind up a little bit. I just finished reading a great book called What Happened to You.
Oh,
right?
Cool. Yeah,
and then actually share that with you. It's called What Happened to You. I can't think of the author, but it's just.
I was dropped as a baby. That's
so was I too.
fetal alcohol syndrome and dropped as a baby. Anyway,
guys,
listen, we love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Come back at 9 for Bridging Civil Tension, where we're going to discuss listen, this is going to be a good one, and I want people to tune in. We're going to discuss a Texas teacher, white guy, who said he was a racist and got fired. Because
he said he was a racist.
To a
you should never admit stupid shit like that.
Junior high, a multicultural junior high classroom. Phil and I have been blowing each other up and have had some weird conversations this week, but we're going to talk about it. Right or wrong, come back because it'll be good.
Be careful, people, of what you admit to. You never
That's
know.
It.
We out.
Almost.
Goodbye.